how do we protect ourselves against all these cyber threats is something very challenging. So there is something called as gender-based violences that are happening, and wherein technology facilitated gender-based violence is much more seen. These are all terminologies that are being coined out. So in all of these attacks, all of these scamsters are using technology only in different ways to actually perform attack and make the woman affected, either it is personally, professionally, from their health wise or the mental issues. In this way, different mechanisms they are trying to do in order to perform the various cyber attacks. Now, it is our time to also understand how we try to reversely use the same technology to actually help us solve the problems and try to evaluate or understand what other person is saying or is trying to do. So to do that, first most important is we need to be understanding how they are doing. Like if you see, there are so many news around us happening about different cyber crimes where the scamsters are trying to use the modus operandi kind of something like this, where you take it either a sexting or a big butching or cyber stalking, anything of this kind of things. In every context, these one of these or the sequential of this modus operandi is followed by cyber attackers, where they start having the contact, they build your trust, they try to start understand your strengths and weaknesses, and they try to get you interested in doing the investments kind of things, and then they start requesting for bigger deposits, and then they exit upon. So to gain your trust, first of all, they have to make themselves ready. So they try to create professional pictures like this, and they try to even make a lot of social media based different profiles. Single person have multiple profiles, and they try to load all the photographs in their profiles with beautiful locations, beautiful backgrounds, as if they are actually well settled. The intention is they want to prove that they are well settled, they are going abroad, they are having good connects with high people and all. But the fact is, all these videographs or photographs which they put on the social media, they are actually using AI to generate or use all of these um, and generate these pictures, and they're using in the social media platforms. So once they try to make themselves ready and try to put it up using AI techniques and all the way they generate, they immediately start try to test you, where this is the major thing to understand whether the trust has been achieved by a particular woman on him or not. And for that, they try to play around certain tricks kind of thing, where they say that they are in need of money for certain things. They do video calls, again there again they use AI based techniques to show a kind of a hospital environment as if he really met with an accident and so on, and they ask for petty money. Once the petty money is given, the trust has come. That's what they consider. Then they start showing more affection. They do a lot of love bombing kind of a things with lots of gifts and all. The moment a very common gifts kind of diamonds have come, or the US dollars are being sent from a remote country and all, that is when they actually try to do the attacks on the users. And that's where the wishing calls kind of things come in. As you all might have heard about digital arrest, wishing, and all of these things, over here, there are lots of calls which the same scamster would be pretending to be a police officer. They pretend to be from a customs office. They pretend to be from an RBI. From a custom office, they say a diamond has been received by you. In your name, it is with us. You need to pay so and so amount. When it's coming from the RBI, they say that we understand that some amount has come from international bank to here. You have to undergo some policies. They've asked for petty amount. So in this way, the moment the gifts are given, from then on, they start trying to do attacks, showing that giving all of this background as a conversational proof to the person, and try to do the different attacks over here. That's how the scamsters are trying to utilize smartphones, mobiles, AI, and all to actually do all of these threats. Now, it is high time for us to actually understand that we also have to use technology in a best way. At the same time, how I can also try to utilize technology and the systems, whatever available, in a best way to identify whether whatever call I'm getting is genuine or not. The picture, what I'm seeing on a social media is genuine or not. So most importantly, we should always remember is never ever post anything online, because once uploaded cannot be deleted. Even our advocate Madam earlier, Kanika Seth Madam, also informed the same thing. So that's a very fundamental point that one has to follow. And if and all someone you're trying to see somebody's pictures and all, try to utilize Google Lens, or there are other softwares through which You do not upload your picture anywhere. However, you are free to upload the people whom you are meeting online, and where they are claiming that they are from different locations, especially they are strangers. You can definitely utilize Google search, Lens kind of a things. Even there are certain freewares like reverse image search kind of a thing, Tiny Eye, similarly Yandex Images and all. They actually try to help you to understand whether whatever picture you're seeing on the social media platform through various apps that they are sharing, whether that is genuine or it is created using a deepfake, whether the image has been morphed, whether it has been morphed, whether it has been merged with a different background. All of this you can definitely identify by using different softwares that are available online over here, and you can very well try to understand whatever pictures they are trying to show you through social media and different platforms are not genuine. You can do a reverse search on them, but please be cautious. Don't upload your own pictures. You're trying to utilize to assess the other person, right? So that is one thing, but we have to remember that you can verify those things. Similarly, remember a point that your photos which are captured in your mobiles, your friends' mobiles, your spouse mobile also, it is not that they are traveling within the same room or the same company. Even if I transfer a file from my phone to my family members who is sitting beside me, it goes across the cloud, it goes across the world wide web. So many servers are being hit up. So whenever a photograph is taken, always remember, think, and you think whether it is okay to have this picture over internet. The moment you feel a discomfort, immediately try to avoid capturing pictures, right? So any photograph nowadays, the problem here is many smartphones are all enabled with auto sync. The photographs are automatically uploaded to the drives, the cloud storages that are provided by the mobile devices and all. No one is trying to and know whether the photographs documents are automatically synced to the cloud platforms or not. So remember, even your own photographs, your friends pictures, any picture once captured, it is not that it will be there in that device only. It will definitely go to the cloud environments if not taken certain precautionary measures. So be cautious in while capturing pictures also, and always try to take help from different sources to understand whether the received pictures are all genuine or not. And similarly, all our personal informations are actually lying in our smart mobiles, wherein smart mobiles are very, very critical things. They are actually having lot of technology built into it, where they are giving us lot of features to communicate very easily. The same features can be a problem to us if they are misused by the other malicious app or by the hackers. There are cases where people take remote control of these things and all. That's when a malicious app is coming into. Right? When a malicious app comes into, if that app is trying to take a control of your camera without your knowledge, just imagine what can happen. The photographs may be taken without your knowledge. If the microphone has been controlled by any other app that is sitting in your phone, that can also try to just turn on the camera without your knowledge and start recording whatever conversation is happening within in your professional meetings or in your personal life or anything. The gallery control, once taken up, all your photographs can go on. So it is important for us to manage these smartphones properly as well as safely. And to do that, one of the first step to do, though their different apps have different safety mechanisms, the core feature of your mobile features are being used by which apps you should always know. To do that, in case you're having an Android mobile device, go to your settings apps, you'll have all your apps listed. And when you check on any of this app, you will understand the permission section. You would see all of these are the critical features for which the permissions section will be always referring to. And here you can understand which app is utilizing which of the core features. If you really feel that there is an app which is trying to help me listen to music, then you can, and that app is trying to take control of your microphone and cameras, it's time for you to think of. And if you really need it, you have to do further settings whether you want to use it only while you are actually using it or deny it completely. So in this way, there are many more features, mobile security features. Any smartphone, any smart device we are using, they need to be properly configured. If not done, you will not be able to control the attacks that are happening through our devices or anything. So you are using smartphone, you use it the best by making proper security settings. Have wherever possible use multi-factor authentications. Wherever possible, disable the unnecessary things like Bluetooth kind of things and all. when they are not in use. So in this way, by changing the security settings of your mobile devices, you will have a better control on the device and understand how much data is going in and out to the devices. And as well, you can also check all of the permissions under the security settings permission manager like this, where from single permission manager, you'll just see all of the critical features of your phone. And in reverse, you can just check how many of my apps in this phone are utilizing SMS feature automatically. So it means that these apps will be able to read your SMS automatically. Similarly, if you choose select camera here, you will automatically see how many apps are having control on your camera. Immediately, you can just understand based on the need of the app and behavior of the app, whether this feature will be required for by it or not, and you can definitely change the settings. This way, you try to control the mobile devices features and all. To protect yourself, it is recommended you always use strong passwords with multi-factor authentication. You should always know how to secure your mobile as well as your home Wi-Fi, because these are the two things which are very close to you, which live with you. So you have to take a responsibility to secure these things. There is a website staysafeonline.in where there are good guidelines, documents available how you can secure your mobiles, how you can secure your home Wi-Fi's. Home Wi-Fi also play a critical role. They have smart TVs. Today, everyone have smart TVs. They're all connected to Wi-Fi. If there is a person sitting in your neighborhood or somewhere, it's very possible that they can connect to your home system, and without your knowledge, they can show what they want to show in your home TV. So it's very important to secure these things. Watch your device settings, camera, mic. Always ensure privacy settings on platforms. Always know the things that are happening. What is phishing, smishing? How do I identify these things? So in this way, when you know what it is, you will automatically your common sense will automatically give you hints upon how can you enable these kind of how can you identify these kind of phishing, smishing kind of things. You need to be mindful on your online interactions that you do. Whatever you talk, whatever you share should be very carefully being done. Think before posting anything. Use technology wherever possible to protect yourself by ensuring proper settings, utilize existing tools to identify the people, things and all. And the fundamental rule, follow zero trust rule. This is the best way to think to stop. When you don't trust anyone, you will automatically stop doing things related to the other activities, right? So I would like to say that this is something that we all should be aware of. We should be protected ourselves with GPU. GPU, I mean to say it is greed, panic, and unaware. Do not be greedy. The love that we see on the online platforms, through different social media platforms, through dating apps, so many things that they are coming in, they may not be correct. Even the investments that they are trying to show us, they may not be correct. The moment we feel greedy, we'll start going towards the investments and all, right? So don't be greedy. Avoid being panic. If anything is happening, as madam have already told earlier, that if there is a situation, you need to report it, and you can also do anonymously. So if you go into a panic state and start landing up sharing more and more, giving more and more money to the other person, or who is actually a scamster, you'll be going into more and more trouble. So do not take any decision when you're in a panic state. This is something you have to always remember. And lastly, being unaware cannot be an excuse today. Today we have internet, we have World Wide Web, lots of information is there. Please understand what is happening around us, what kind of attacks are happening, how people are trying to fool others, and what kind of things are coming to protect ourselves and all. You should be stay updated if you are utilizing the cyber resources actively on the internet. You should keep yourself updated for you to be a cyber safe digital woman. So Stop NCIA is one website which you can always use to complain about some. If you want support in deleting something that has already gone to the internet world, you can go and complain over here. They provide certain helps to actually delete those unnecessary contents from the different social media or any other platforms. So alert yourself, save the evidences as soon as you see any kind of a red flags. As soon as you feel that there is something that's maybe going wrong, try to capture evidences of the text messages, photographs, whatever it is, and take the help of cybercrime.in to report in. Lastly, I would like to say that more information on all these things that today we have discussed in this 1.5 hour of webinar, you can definitely visit Stay Safe Online to get more information on this. As well, we have a platform called as ISA Virtual Platform, where you can utilize it for one-stop solution for all your cyber security resources. To make yourself aware is one aspect. Second thing is to build your career in cybersecurity activities. As you see, we have a common infrastructure setup where lots of resources are available and you are free to come and use all of these resources anytime. And you can also build your cybersecurity career through this. In fact, I was understanding that the percentage of CISO role women is very less globally. It was 17% globally, which has come to in 2023-24, it has reached up to 25%. So the women who is playing chief information security officer are very less. So we are providing platform for building CISOs. So we encourage all the women to come to our platform like ciso.isa.app, where you can enroll to the different training platforms that are available and make yourself trained to achieve the become a highly skilled cybersecurity professional, which with you can actually go into the lead position of CISOs and try to drive the security activities in the organizations. Thank you very much. Visit these websites. Wish you all a happy Women's Day. Thank you.